Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Wednesday, and welcome to A Sports Show. I'm your host, Sammy Cibulka, and tonight I'm joined by Dylan Grausz and JP Dahdah. Fellas, it is a pleasure to have you here with me today. We've got a lot of sports to talk about, a lot of football. Dylan, we're going to start with you with, if you haven't seen it, here it is. What do we miss?
Well, the football team of Arizona, they opened up Pac-12 play against Cal, but unfortunately they could not get it done on the road. They lost the game 49-31. The run defense had a particularly tough time. Jaden Ott on Cal, he had almost 300 yards and 3 TDs, which is tough, but you know what? Let's hope that the Cats turn it around this week as we face Colorado at home.
Yeah, I think Colorado will be a good get-right game, as though Colorado is not one of the better teams in the Pac-12. JP, what did we miss in the NFL this weekend?
This week, NFL football was exciting. There's a couple things that we need to know. The Dolphins are 3-0. That's interesting. Very clearly, Tua was concussed basically the entire second half. Patrick Mahomes in the Colts game, what's going on there? A couple question marks, makes the Cardinals look really bad.
Really bad.
And my question to you guys is, are the Jaguars actually good?
I personally think the Jaguars are pretty real. And I say this because Doug Peterson and his staff have brought a lot out of Trevor Lawrence. In his second year, we knew he needed a new coach and a new system. And you know what else makes us look really bad? Christian Kirk might be a wide receiver one in the NFL.
He really might be.
And that's really hard to swallow as a Cardinals fan. What do you think about the Jaguars?
I think that the Jaguars have always had the talent and have been good. They just didn't have the coaching. Last year, that Urban Meyer in that train wreck of a season, I think now they have the coach to do it. I think that they are now going to finally be brought out in the full potential that they have.
And a real big test for the Jaguars at Philadelphia, another 3-0 team. Them and the Dolphins, the only 3-0 teams. This week, we'll see next Wednesday if they remain undefeated. Now, if you haven't seen it, Phoenix Suns center DeAndre Ayton supposedly said at Media Day that he has not talked to head coach Monty Williams all offseason. And I don't know how that's humanly possible given his new contract and all the trade rumors going on around him and the Phoenix Suns. And it seems as though the fellas may be in a little rough patch to start the season. Now I ask you, JP, as a Suns fan, does this rough patch concern you?
It concerns me a little bit because at the end of the day, when relationships are clearly not in a good place, when it's your head coach and your, in my opinion, soon-to-be all-star center, kind of a bad look. Just signed a big contract. I think they're going to make amends because they're going to have to.
Yeah.
But something I am a little bit worried about is this situation. Maybe the season will be a little hectic and a little fun and a little chaotic and a little dramatic, which I'm excited about. But this is not a good look for the Suns right now, and we're the talk of the town, and it's not for a good reason.
It's not great, but you know what is really good in terms of Arizona basketball? The Wildcats unveiled their new jerseys today, and guys, I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty fire. The reveal video featured Sean Elliott, the leading scorer at the U of A, and your boy, Steve Kerr, and they're throwing them back to a little bit prior to their time. I know it's old threads, but new game, and I'm excited to see them at the red and blue game. I know you'll be there. Quick thought on the team this year.
I think the team is going to be good. I think they're not going to be as good as last season. Remember that they had 3 NBA guys on their team last year, so it's going to be tough, but I think they're going to be good. Arizona's always a good squad. Tommy Lloyd's a great coach. I think the team is going to be a tournament team at least, obviously. They should be a Sweet 16 team. We'll see. Yeah. But I think they're going to be a really good team. And they should be the best team in Pac-12.
Only time will tell. Now, we're going to take a little transition to a brand new segment called Tea Time. And we're going to talk some golf, guys. I know I love talking golf. I'm interested to see what you guys are bringing to the table today. JP, I'll start with you and a father-son duo that we've seen for a couple years now.
Yes, I think for golf fans, as of recent, we've fallen in love with the Charlie Woods, Tiger Woods relationship. It's incredible to see when a young buck just takes the talent of his father. Yeah. The kid shot 68, a career best 68 today at the age of 13. That's unbelievable. For those that know golf, that's at the age of 13. I've never shot that. I'm 22 almost, and it doesn't look like I'm going to get there anytime soon.
We're amateur golfers.
It's a different game, but I think that this kid truly has the talent to be one of the best in the world soon. Yep. And if you're not paying attention to the young buck Charlie Woods, then you should definitely turn on the TV and watch some of them.
I'd agree, and it's just a good story. Him and his dad, obviously Tiger, arguably the greatest golfer ever to play. Yes. And the mannerisms that they both share are honestly priceless, in my opinion. But Dylan taking a little more controversial route. What's going on?
Yeah,
with
we're
golf?
going controversial route, guys. Live Golf, the Middle Eastern sponsored tour, that they are nearing a TV deal with Fox Sports. They have 3 deals left, or 3 events left. It's not finalized yet, but I do think we are going to see more Live Golf tournaments on TV. Sammy, I know you're a big PGA guy.
Yep.
What is your thoughts on Live Golf now becoming more of a mainstream event, competing with the PGA Tour?
Honestly, I am pro Live Golf. Obviously, maybe not for the reasons that the Saudis support the tour and whatnot, but I think it's really good for golf.
Yeah.
And I've talked about it a little bit on the show, but I think the PGA was too comfortable in that they were comfortable in the way that they treated their players in terms of rulings and the purses and whatnot. And to have Live Golf come around and give players an opportunity that the PGA just can't offer. The purses and the money that the Live Golf was giving them is substantial and can give not only your family now, but your family's family of an amazing future. So, and I'll talk about it a little bit in my tea time, but I'm all for team golf. I think team golf brings out the best in these players. The emotions are high. The fans can get behind a certain team, and I think that's what Live is kind of going for in this team style. I don't know how I feel about the shotgun starts and whatnot, and they haven't made much of a profit yet, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but Live Golf nearing a TV deal, which would be massive for them. But my tea time, Tom Kim, period. All seriousness, this 21-year-old is a budding superstar. I don't know if you saw this past week, but the President's Cup was held, and he's walking in putts, carrying his international team. And as a golf fan, it really brings a smile to my face. And that also brings up my infatuation with team golf. Like the President's Cup, the Ryder Cup, obviously you have major championships and whatnot, but there is not much better than watching your favorite players in the world leave it all out there for their countries, and the emotions fly time in and time out. Obviously, the United States took down the international team in the President's Cup, 17.5 to, I believe, 12.5, but Tom Kim, keep your eye out for him, 20 years old and just amazing. And now, after the break, we'll get an update on my hammers, which I'm excited to share from this weekend, and some more picks from the fellas. All that after the break. And welcome back to A Sports Show, and as always, in the famous words of MC Hammer, it's hammer time. Guys, we'll go over my record a little bit. Guys, we got a new graphic. Just some free picks, no big deal. We have a new graphic. No big deal, guys. Proud of the graphics that we got. But Dylan, wow, man, we've got a early MVP pick from you.
We have an MVP pick and a retraction.
Okay.
First of all, my pick for SF going to a Super Bowl, that's out the window.
Okay.
Last week's game was terrible. I retract that. But I will say, based on the first 3 games of the season, the quarterback who's really impressing me is Jalen Hurts. This guy's balling out. The Eagles look scary. Their team is insane. He's got defenders on skates. He's got a rocket as an arm. Sammy, can you please give me a hammer?
Yeah. We'll give you the little one since
That's
we're
fine.
3 weeks in.
I am hammering down. Jalen Hurts is going to be the MVP this season.
Wow. Okay. I mean, as of now, pretty much fighting with Lamar Jackson, who I think also could be the MVP this season. And they're 2-1 as well. Jalen Hurts looking like a candidate for MVP. JP Dahdah, big week for soccer, big week for your first picks on the show.
Oh, yes.
Who you got in the world of soccer?
This is exciting because, of course, I can't go the week without speaking in some relation about soccer. I have -115 Barcelona, Inter Milan. It's on Tuesday. It's going to be a big game. It's a bounce-back game for Barca. Take that. I'm going to join all these picks with you. Then we got +100, Arsenal beating Tottenham in the North London Derby. This is over the weekend.
Huge game.
We have +185, Holland, first scorer in the Manchester Derby. And the final score, I'll tell you right now. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be the final score. It has to be 3-1 Man City, +1,000. If the other ones don't hit, this one will hit in the Manchester Derby. let's have a little bit of soccer fun this weekend.
Let's have a time in terms of the football. We got American football, football international. We got some great picks, and he was repping the football. I have the football for you guys. I went 3-3 this past week. I'm not gonna lie, I'll hang my hat on that 500 record. Sure, we're trending in the right direction, but as the graphic shows, we're 5-7 on the year, and that's okay because without further ado, we have the week 5, week 4 Hammer Time picks starting. Guys, we're 2-0 in terms of when the head coach is fired. Pick against that team next week. We're 2-0. Herm Edwards got absolutely crushed by Utah and the fellas. So let's see. Georgia State's head coach just got fired on Monday. They are at Pitt. Pitt is favored by 22 points. And I know you're saying, Sammy, 22 points is a lot, but they're at home. The coach just got fired. We are riding this trend until I am proven wrong. We're going to lock in Pitt at -22. Now, this next one, you might go, Sammy, what is this? And I don't even know either. They're home dogs. University of Lafayette at home, +9. +9 at home is a lot of points for a home team. They're playing Southern Alabama, who I'm going to be frank, I don't know much about. But 9 points at home seems like a lot. Give me UL Lafayette at home. And then Rock Chalk Jayhawk, the undefeated Kansas Jayhawks, are +3 at home against Iowa State. The line doesn't make much sense to me, and maybe that's a little worrisome, but Kansas is undefeated. If they win this game, they will fly up the rankings, and they have to be considered as one of the better teams in the country. I never thought I would say it, but watch out for Kansas football. Now, these aren't on my hammer, but some plays. I just love so many games this week. The Arkansas Hogs at home, 17.5. Underdogs against Bama. Bama went to Texas. They didn't look great. I expect Arkansas to keep it close. Iowa +11. I'm not giving it to you guys, but if you want it, you can take it. They're at home against Michigan. Michigan's known to come out a little slow, and 11 points at home is quite a lot. Yeah. Now, we're moving to the NFL, and guys, this Thursday, if you're tuning in on Amazon Prime to the Bengals-Dolphins game, it's first of all going to be a great one. Second of all, it might be an all-time jersey game.
Oh, yeah.
The Bengals are coming out in all white, and rumor has it the Dolphins and Tua are coming out in their teal uniforms. And guys, it's just going to be a spectacle to watch on the television. You're going to have Joe Burrow throwing the ball to Jamar Chase. You're going to have Tua Tagovailoa throwing the ball to Tyreek Hill. It's going to be back and forth, but I love the Bengals -3. At home, the Bengals get right in this one. Now, JP, this goes to you. Cardinals at Carolina. Right now, they're +3. Get that while you can, because I promise you, the line will move. I love the Cards on the money line, too. Cliff and Kyler last year, 7-1 on the road.
Yes.
I expect that trend to continue. I think we're starting to get a rhythm. I know we didn't win against the Rams, but our defense looked good. And Cards, +3, maybe on the money line. Now, this comes back to your San Francisco 49ers, Dylan.
Yep.
They are hosting the Los Angeles Rams, and the Rams are underdogs. Now, in the past, I understand Sean McVay does not fare well with Kyle Shanahan.
Nope.
Kyle Shanahan normally owns Sean McVay, but I just don't see the hype in the San Francisco 49ers team right now. The Rams are underdogs at +1.5, and I promise you that line will move as well. But this week, we're back. I'm feeling really good about these picks, and I'm excited to see where the record stands after this week. God knows, could go 0-6, but, that's why we love the game. And speaking of things we love, I love giving out messages at the end of the show. We have another new graphic for you guys. And JP, I want to know who your message is going out to this week.
My message this week goes to Vance Joseph and the Cardinals defense. Yes, 1-2 start. It's not exactly what we were hoping to see. We got to realize we've played some good teams, and our defense has stepped up over the past 2 games, only allowing 3 points to the Raiders in the second half, therefore allowing Kyler to be Kyler and get us back in that game, and then 20 points to the Super Bowl champions, the Rams, who are red-hot fire for most of the time offensively. Yeah. That's a good week for us. I mean, Devontae Adams being held to 2 catches, 12 yards by Byron Murphy, that's big. Cooper Kupp looked, if you watch the game, he looked average. Cooper Kupp is not average. No. So our defense has to be supported and appreciated in a way. We have to give Kyler and his weapons to come back, iron out some problems. We'll win some games, but our defense, for now, it's been, over the past few weeks, the beautiful thing of our year, even though it's not been the most beautiful year. But I just wanted to shout out Vance and this defense.
And Cardinals 1-2 without arguably one of the best receivers in the game.
Yeah.
Kyler's favorite weapon in DeAndre Hopkins. The defense is still getting guys back, as well as the offensive line. We were talking before the show. If we can get D-Hop back, being 3-3, I like where we're at.
I'm happy with that.
And maybe it's a little reversal of what happened last year. I keep saying it, but I would rather start slow and finish strong, maybe heading into the playoffs with a healthy Kyler Murray. Could be a little dangerous. And if we can get 3-3, I'd enjoy that. But Dylan, how you ending the show tonight?
Warriors fans, where are you at? We're running it back. We want a fifth. We want a ring, another trophy. Steph is ready to roll. Clay's healthy. JP, Andrew Wiggins, this team is ready for camp. We need to give Steve his 10th ring. Let's rock Dub Nation. It's time to go. We're ready.
All right, I don't know how I feel about another ring for the Warriors. I think it's time the Suns maybe get one, but again, besides the point. My message this week goes out to all soccer fans. One of the great spectacles in sports is happening this Sunday, the Manchester Derby, and City and their superstar Erling Haaland.
Yep.
He will get his first taste of what it is like for one of the best rivalries in sport. There's no doubt the Etihad will be filled with both Manchester City fans, and Manchester United fans. But as of late, JP, you know, Manchester has been blue.
Yep.
But if you're new to soccer, JP mentioned it, sit back and enjoy what the pride and joy of English football is this weekend, because it's going to be phenomenal. You have the North London Derby and the Manchester Derby both this weekend. And folks, that's all she wrote tonight. See you next Wednesday, and as always, bear down.